Hey, how's it going, everybody? Welcome to Weekly OJ. Today we're going to be going over the decade, basically kind of covering everything that happened over the decade, anything interesting, and just talking about it for the most part. And then after that, if we have time, we're going to be going over the Star Wars movie, The Last Jedi. Was it The Last? Yeah, The Last Jedi. And
The Return of Skywalker.
No, The Last Jedi. And talking
Isn't it The Return of the Last Skywalker?
It's The Return of the Jedi.
The Return of the Jedi?
No.
No, that's...
Did they already make a Return of the Jedi?
Oh, The Rise of Skywalker.
The Rise of Skywalker.
No, it's The Last Jedi. The Last Jedi. The Rise of Skywalker was the last one.
That's what I said the first time. You guys said no.
God damn it. Make up your mind, Disney.
Yeah, so that's what we're going to be talking about today. So.
Make it less confusing.
Yeah, so stay tuned. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go through the list of every year through the decade and just kind of reading off interesting things that happened this decade, and then basically letting these guys talk about it, rant about it, yeah. And, reminisce on the good old days and realize how crazy the world's gotten since then. But yeah, okay, so we're gonna go ahead and start with 2010. Let me read off what we got going on. All right, so for those of you guys that don't remember, in 2010, Apple introduced the iPad.
First iPad ever.
First iPad ever.
That was 10 years ago?
I had one. My screen broke.
You had one?
And then I had to replace the screen.
Did your fingers get cut too?
No.
Or was it just
I actually... eBay was major popping back then.
Oh, that's right.
And I everybody, I went to the Apple store, oh, it's like $400. I'm like...
$400? Wow.
You pay $400 for
It's like to replace a screen, and I was like, that's crazy. Went on eBay, saw some YouTube videos, and I was like,
how much?
$40. It was like $80 with everything because I bought the screen, the housing, and a kit too.
No, I'm saying how much was the iPad?
The iPad, I think it was like $900.
Yeah, it was like $1,000.
Apple products are
And it was like $899 plus tax, so it was like $1,000.
I got mine, which is like 7 generations later for like $50.
Yeah, that's because you got Verizon gave it to you.
Can you imagine like our parents like we just threw $1,000? Like they would be like, "What are you doing?"
Yeah, I could buy a car. I could buy a
that.
car for that.
Yeah.
People say times are tough. We got $900
Yeah, right.
iPads. All right, so on to the next. So the first Uber ride ever happened in 2010. So that's when Uber came out.
That's when I rode Uber.
I was first sketched out on Uber because I was like, "Dude, you're gonna let strangers like drive you around?" I was like,
and then he
nice.
became the stranger that started driving people.
when it wasn't as weird.
The weird had already faded.
I think he looked
it was
at it.
accepted.
I think when he was thinking about it, he was like, "Is this a good idea? I think I could do this."
Do I want strangers in my car? Yes.
I know I am. I'm not a weirdo.
Yeah, pretty much.
Said every Uber driver.
Oh my gosh.
Uber Lyft.
I've only used Uber once, and it's pretty weird.
You know what? I've never used Uber, but I think, well, if the prices hadn't gone up, I'd probably use it a little bit more. But
it's not that pricey because I went from work to my house and it was only like $12.
I used it for somebody else one time, like some lady from work needed a ride home, so I bought her an Uber for like $5. So I thought it was cool, but it was like down the street. It wasn't anywhere far.
Yeah, if it's within a mile, it's like $5. Anything past that's like
yeah. All right, so up next, Instagram was launched in 2010. Instagram, I didn't start using Instagram until like a couple of years later.
You don't even use Instagram.
Yeah, I barely use it, but with 2010 into 2011 was a rough year for me, so I was kind of out of the loop.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
I was there for it.
I got dumped. So.
We almost died.
And I almost killed all my
high
friends.
school.
I almost killed my 2 friends in like.
That's all you
day.
had, 2.
I upgraded. Now I have 1 more. Okay, so so for another thing in 2010 was Lady Gaga wore a meat dress to the VMAs.
Oh, I saw that one.
Yeah,
that was funny.
Weird.
Yeah, that was weird. That was when
Was that like propaganda for
No,
like?
that was for the.
Don't.
That wasn't for veganism. I think it was more for just the whole.
Like animal rights or something.
Something like that. Yeah, it was for a purpose. I remember.
Oh
it wasn't
yeah,
just
it's not. It's not.
dress.
You know, it's not that bad.
That's an odd
We're
concept.
animal rights, animal activists, or whatever. And what are you gonna do? Wear animals that have been slaughtered already
That's
on your body.
Well, we
That's
already
right.
do that.
That's what I mean. But why?
But now it's just their actual meat.
Well, that's an odd. I mean, you're trying to stand up for animal. That's like people like the people that throw blood on animal fur.
Yeah.
Wearing the animal fur and saying you killed this animal.
Well, yeah, it's an
But I mean, where do they get the blood from? Animals.
It's paint.
Oh, it's paint.
I mean, if you're hardcore, you use animal.
That's a little sick. He's like, where did they get the blood? Animals.
I thought you said they throw blood at fur.
No, it's red paint, but it's supposed to be blood.
Oh, okay, so then don't.
They drain themselves once a week. All right. Oh man, I don't even think we can do that on YouTube. All right. So another thing. Okay, so this gets kind of into the music. I did a little bit of music for everyone. So 2010 music was Adele. Rolling in the Deep was one of the tops out there.
So it's a good jam.
Adele was really good when she first came out with that album.
Well, she's still pretty good.
And you know what? Actually, that album helped me out because I'm telling you.
You're seeing that one in the shower?
Yeah, that was a rough year for me. So
Rolling in the Deep.
She kept me going, man. And then Forget About It with Katy Perry, Fireworks.
Shout out to Adele.
Oh, yeah, shout out.
What's up, babe?
Sorry, boys.
Katy Perry, Firework was everywhere. It was in movies. It was all over the place. That was like my jam. Katy Perry is
yes,
to this day.
We are men blasting Katy Perry.
Is
no shame. No shame.
Our Katy Perry incident in the car.
Epic.
I don't even give a damn. Katy Perry is like my favorite woman singer. Well, actually, no, I think she's my all-time favorite singer. But you know who was rising up until she pissed me off was Taylor Swift. Taylor Swift is like, she's talented, man. She writes her music and everything. She's awesome, but she's getting all
until
like,
the industry got
super woke, feministy, and now I'm like over her. Okay, so we're gonna move on to 2011. Money. 2011. So the first thing on the list is Osama bin Laden was taken out
to lunch. By his cousin.
It never came back.
by his cousin Mo from The Simpsons.
Yeah.
No.
Apu? So that good event in 2011. Okay, so the next thing on the list is Steve Jobs dies. So I know that was interesting.
In what, 2012?
2011.
2011. Yeah, that's crazy. Well, what's his face from work was telling me how he had like, I don't know, like $10,000 invested in Apple, and when he died, it all tanked, and he was freaking out. That would have been scary. Imagine you put $10,000 in stocks and you lose it in a day because a fool died. That's crazy. Talk about his life being.
Well, they struggled for a little bit when he died.
Apple tanked when he died.
Yeah.
Oh, Steve Jobs. Let's think of someone else.
Who are you? I'm kind of interested. Who the hell?
Steve Irwin.
He died in 2012.
Computers? I thought you worked with animals.
I thought you touched alligators. I'm gonna touch it.
He worked with Apple. Okay.
I poke you with a stick.
Oh, okay. So this one was interesting to me, and I thought it was kind of funny. I didn't even realize this was a thing until I watched it on.
Oh, that was when the whole challenges started kind of popping because of social media.
I didn't realize this was a thing until I started watching The Office. Was planking. Apparently, everybody
planking.
Was planking.
Angel was planking in the bathroom.
I was doing it before it was a trend, but that's crazy. I didn't know that everybody was freaking planking. I saw it in The Office. I thought it was a TV show parody or something. I don't even know what the hell it was. And it turns out it was actually a thing. People were laying down everywhere and just...
They would go on the top of the McDonald's sign and just plank. Like, what?
Like, does anything...
Let's bring 2020 planking is back.
Does anyone even... Well, how did that even get
They
popular?
will put a fidget spinner on top.
That's everyone's, look at me, look at me.
I guess. How did that even get big? That's what's weird.
Doesn't matter how dumb it is.
What was the song one? Remember the Harlem Shake?
Yeah, that's not so
Oh, the
bad.
Harlem Shake people started doing that.
Yeah, you skipped ahead there. Can you calm down?
That's like a year from now. Wait.
That's okay. So the next thing that happened is Twitch was launched.
Or Bernie.
I didn't even really know too much about Twitch until like this past year, but apparently Twitch is like where everyone, like all the video gamers, kind of do their own live.
That's all the live streaming and for the gaming and
a lot of kids
stuff.
Have gotten rich from that, man. So I mean, more props to them.
A lot of live streamers.
Yeah,
YouTubers.
Are you kidding me? This is the day and age where freaking 9-year-olds are millionaires, and I can't even
reviewing toys.
I can't even make 100 G's in a year. This kid's freaking making millions in 2 videos. All right, so the next thing. So now we're getting into music. So 2011 was pretty popping with music. So Party Rock Anthem, LMFAO. That's when what is it?
Shuffling.
Shuffling.
Everybody's shuffling.
When everybody was shuffling, that's the damn song. So the next one on there was "Call Me Maybe" by Carly Rae. That song was
Remember that challenge? That was
a
pretty
challenge?
funny. Yeah, they lip synced to it. There was like the U.S. soldiers one or the Marines. I think they were cheerleaders, probably people at school.
No,
Like
we gotta
they
look that up.
Oh, was that the Vegeta
Yeah.
one?
What?
With the one where she drags out her voice?
No, that's the Titanic one.
All right, so the next one on the list was "Somebody That I Used to Know" by what is it? Goat? I don't know what the hell is it.
What is it?
Gotti? What's his name?
By who?
Well, "Somebody That I Used to Know." You guys remember the song, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What did you say?
And then he disappeared, and no,
Wasn't that a
Gemini?
group?
Huh?
I thought it was a group.
no, it was this fool and then a girl.
The wall.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were singing at each
that's
other.
right.
All right, so the next one was "We Found Love." That one, I'm telling you, 2011 was not my year. That song helped me out. So the next one was "We Are Young, Fun." That one I think I almost crashed my car too because I was just raging on that one. Thrift Shop by Macklemore. I love that song. I thought that song was so cool. I was like, if I was broke right now, I'd be walking up into the freaking stores and
Buying
shopping up, man. You know,
Blankets full of piss.
I like the song. All right, so we're getting into 2012. Obama was reelected. That was the first thing.
Obama.
All right, so the next one is actually kind of a sad one. Sandy Hook Elementary School shooting. Well, you know, when I was looking through the decade, there was I feel like this decade had a lot of tragedies.
Yeah, a lot of crime, hate crime, and gun shootings,
hate
and
crime,
stuff like that.
cover-ups.
Nah, it's been around forever.
It's
just
yeah, but
the
it's
fact
just more
that now
predominant.
we're more website driven.
More
you
aware?
start seeing, more
Yeah.
aware. You can see all that.
Yeah, and then the media wants to drive agendas, so they're shooting it at your face and trying to blame it on people. But no, that one was actually really sad because it was a shooting that took place in the elementary school. I don't remember how many kids got killed or anything like that. But that was really
Tons
sad.
of conspiracies on that.
Too many.
The conspiracy guru over here is gonna get into it.
Isn't there a lady that supposedly died in Sandy Hook, and then there was a Boston bomber that she was a runner on the same one?
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, it's a lady that died. She was a
I think
teacher
I
in
might
one,
have
and then
been
she was a
There's a
pedestrian on the other one.
They're crisis actors, is what they call them.
Yeah.
Like they hire them. Like, all right, you're gonna go over to the just go here, and then you're just gonna do this, and
You're gonna pretend.
that's a conspiracy. I don't know.
They're
but
acting as though a real crisis happened.
They-
Like the Sandy Hook. Like there's a lot of conspiracies where it was impossible for him to have shot all those people because he was autistic and he had like a better shooting than professionals.
Then a
Yeah,
Green
but
Beret.
autism doesn't mean that you. Autism just
he pulled a Ray. It's like this guy
Oh, there
never
you
carried a gun,
He's-
and all of a sudden he's better than like sniper military.
I guess so, but
Police
kids with
officers and
autism,
stuff.
they have they can.
they're really proficient at things that they put their mind into.
Yeah,
so
like
should we hire autistic people to go fight the
Have,
war?
have, you,
Well,
have,
that's
you
not
ever,
what I mean.
have you not?
They fight the war.
Hey, just an example. Have you ever seen The Accountant?
Which one's that?
The
I've heard of
Accountant. It's a guy that he's some kind of Asperger disease or
You mean Rain Man?
no, it's called The Accountant. He's an accountant,
Yeah.
literally,
Yeah.
and he works for the biggest organized crime groups running their books. If people think that they're stealing or stuff like that, he's also like a super agent
yeah, but
in disguise, and he has Asperger/autism.
it's because they can some of them can laser focus on things like for whatever reason.
It depends on how advanced it is, because you can have autism, but it's not like super hardcore.
Well, no,
where it
even if
really
it's
affects
even if
us.
it's
different
advanced,
kinds.
yeah,
Yeah,
they're
But it never
Or
means
different
that they're.
I don't know, stages. I don't know what we would call it.
It,
Yeah, but
it never
even-
means that
even-
they're slow though. It just means that they're hard to socialize and focus.
yeah, it's hard for them. But on the things that they
That
can't
they like.
focus on,
Mhm.
they like laser. It's like hyper focus.
It's like if they like that stuff. My little nephew loves math and he loves video games, and I mean he's like on college grade math right now, and he's barely in middle school.
Dang.
But
And-
I'm still not gonna accept that for he's gonna shoot better than professionals. He's
Well,
never held a gun.
what if? Oh well, if he never held a gun, then he might have that video game one where you shoot the little ducks.
Duck hunters?
All right, so the next one on the
Sniper.
list was 2012 had Gangnam Style. Gangnam Style.
Gangnam Style.
Oh, that's an old song.
Gangnam Style.
Oppa, Gangnam Style.
That song was everywhere too.
That was the first song to reach a billion.
A billion on YouTube.
Billion video.
The biggest song on the internet.
That was the most viewed, yeah.
That's crazy.
The Koreans, man. Who would have knew?
that guy made so much money off of that song.
Such a random video too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. So the Mayan calendar ended, and everyone thought the world was gonna end. I remember.
I put a meme on that on Instagram.
Did you?
Yeah. It's like Jesus is gonna be like, you thought I was gonna end things on my birthday?
Stupid.
That one reminded me of the one Y2K. Remember when everyone in the world thought
1999.
That one on that one, I
2000.
remember specifically telling everybody nothing's gonna happen. You guys are being idiots. And then I got home and I was like suspicious of everything. Like,
how old were you?
I don't remember.
I didn't even know about it until like after.
Really? That was like a big thing.
Bro, you would only be 6 years old.
I know, but it was everywhere. It doesn't matter if you were 6 years old. Everyone knew about that stuff.
If you never talked about it, I only heard about it until like King of the Hill when they like made fun of it, and that was like after it.
I remember talking to the kids at class with. I mean, trust me, we didn't know what the hell was going on. We just heard that the world was gonna end.
If you actually,
I heard something about computers.
If you actually talked to people about it, then yeah, but we never. It wasn't mentioned around us, so
yeah,
we
well,
didn't hear about it till later.
That's all it reminded me of. The Maya calendar ending. It reminded me of that, and I just remember like I went home.
Old school prices with technology.
my TV for whatever reason shut off by itself, and I thought I was like, that's it.
And you're like,
the sign.
He's like.
All right, so the next one on the list was the first Avengers movie came out in 2012.
Oh, really?
That is crazy when you think about it.
That's a long time.
Dude, we were like, dude, like this is crazy how
how
much better the graphics are right now too, and the fact that it's like it's an actual like superhero movie.
It was the first time that like all the heroes got together. That was so badass.
We went to see that one in 3D, right? And we all came out. We're like, oh, we're never seeing anything on 3D anymore.
Dude,
what was the movie that we saw in
3D?
I watched the movie in 3D. It wasn't bad.
No, we didn't like it. Or no, we saw Captain America on 3D.
I love movies in 3D. I just don't watch them in 3D because Edgar's blind and it hurts his eyes.
It makes me dizzy.
Yeah, it makes me dizzy.
Glasses.
It's not fun unless everyone can have fun.
If you need glasses, get them. Makes a world of a difference.
Where are yours?
I lost them.
It makes a world of a difference.
I'm gonna buy new ones.
What'd you do? I lost them. Okay, so the launch of Tinder.
Dude, all those guys are like, wait, I don't have to physically talk to them?
Yeah.
I don't know what Tinder is. I've never been on it.
You know what Tinder is?
Nice.
How?
Plenty of fish.
How you know about
Y2K?
You don't know about Tinder. Tinder's the first online dating app, or the first dating app.
I never used dating apps.
Successful. Huh? You don't have to use them, but you know about them.
What was the first one that came out?
What do you mean? Huh?
There's one that came out before him.
There was a bunch of them, but this was like an app. This is an actual app.
Tinder, the only thing I know about Tinder is that it got really dirty.
Oh, yeah, that's a meetpeople.com?
Huh?
No.
Was that one of them? Meet People or...
Yeah, it was a website.
What was the one? Match. There you go, that one. But it was
Christian Mingles and all.
No, but they were websites. This was an app.
Oh.
It's
an actual application you could download.
But Tinder wasn't this just like people's page that you can scroll through?
No, you put a description, you put your pictures, and then you put a...
You swipe on it.
It's like a mini MySpace almost.
Like you one of the swipes you like.
Oh, no, I'm thinking about Tumblr.
Oh, wait. No. Wait, which one is...
You said Tinder.
Oh, man, okay, so I'm thinking of Tumblr then.
Yeah, the only one I've been on is Tumblr.
Which one's the one that you swipe left? Like when people are talking...
Tinder.
You swipe left or right.
That's a dating app. Tinder's a dating app.
I don't know anything about Tinder though, but
I know Tinder. I don't know what Tumblr is.
No, you know Tumblr.
Which one's the one you swipe?
Tinder's the dating app.
Tinder's the one that's a dating app.
That's where you swipe left where
so I know what Tinder is.
Okay.
Yes.
You're on that one?
No, I just know what that is. Yeah. Tumblr, I don't know what Tumblr is.
Yeah, I don't know that.
Okay, alright, so on to the next one. Alright, Radioactive Imagine Dragons for music.
Guys.
Radioactive Imagine Dragons came out. That was I love that album.
That was 2012?
You know what? I couldn't believe it was 2012 either because I didn't start listening to that album till like last year. That was like bumping that album like
well, because they're not rock, right? They're like
7 years later.
I don't know what genre they are, but like it was like a new thing.
What?
I said, when did Seven Nation Army come out?
Oh man, that was like in the 90s.
I don't know.
Early 2000s. Wrong decade.
All right, so on to 2013. Man, we're going kind of slow. We're talking about. All right, it's cool. So 2013, the first thing on the list is Pope Benedict abdicates from the papal throne. So he stepped down for supposedly. I was reading about this earlier. Supposedly he stepped down for medical reasons, but he's they have like pictures of him chilling, like looking all fine
at the beach.
Have you heard about the new one, the two popes?
Oh, it's a thing on Netflix, right?
Yeah. Well, what they kind of show is it seems like he's questioning God.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's what it seems like from what I saw of it. I haven't finished it yet,
but
it seems like he's questioning God.
That's interesting. But he I mean, it's kind of odd, but then again, he's the new pope that came out.
Wait, speaking of the Pope, did you guys see him smack that one chick?
Oh no! What did he do?
It wasn't his fault.
It was there was a meme. It was like
when he smacked her arm, and he smacked her.
His arm.
Yeah, the hand.
There was a meme of the video, and on the chick it's like New Year's resolutions, and then on the Pope it's like my reaction. he's like.
And now I need to see it.
Dude, that one's funny.
Well, he's going around, shaking hands, but this chick just grabs, and she's like older. She grabs him and like pulls him in, and then he gets mad. He's like, like he was pissed.
Yeah, well, because he goes, he's shaking hands, and then he walks away he's gonna leave.
And then as he pulls him like he went like that.
Yeah,
that was very disrespectful.
As he's leaving, she's like, and pulls him in. He's like,
well, there's been a lot of attempts against popes, man. So I wouldn't blame him.
Yeah,
no, this is like she was like a little Asian lady. Like,
doesn't that matter?
She loves her pope, but she's like, come here,
bless me.
Get over here. You know what he needs? He needs Francis from Family Guy.
Who?
Francis from Family Guy.
Peter's dad.
Remember Peter's dad?
Yeah.
He goes, don't get too close. He goes, you're wearing a hat inside the Church of God. He punches the camera.
Oh my gosh. All right, so Edgar blew this one earlier. The Harlem Shake came out in 2013. I remember that one. That one was everyone. That one I don't. I think we did one video one time.
The song was okay, but
we were at a party.
Videos where people were just.
Oh yeah.
We were at a party. I don't remember what party it was.
Whatever happened to it?
Probably someone that Brian DJ'd at.
I think so. I know Brian.
Send the link if you have it.
The Bernie?
Huh?
The Bernie?
The Bernie?
I don't know if it's the same year though. You know what people were going.
Oh, you know which one I did?
Oh yeah.
That was the Harlem. That was a part of the Harlem Shake.
No, Harlem Shake was like.
No, the Harlem Shake people were just doing random shit.
Yeah,
people were just moving around randomly.
But that was one of them.
But Bernie was one of the Muppet or the Sesame Street guys.
It was Bernie from Bernie.
Was it? That was like a Muppet or a Sesame Street guy.
No,
it was a blue guy.
Sesame Street
It is really.
No, it was
Bernie and Bert. No.
Bert and Ernie?
Bert and Ernie.
No, not Bert and Ernie. It was the comedy one.
But it was a blue guy.
Like Bernie goes to camp or something. It was
It was a blue puppet, right?
It wasn't a blue puppet.
Something like that. But
Monster.
You guys are talking about Muppets.
No. It was a Muppet.
No, it's
He's blue, and he opens his mouth. Well, he's not the Cookie Monster. He has a round head, and then I think he has a red nose, and when he opens his mouth, it's like black.
Ernest goes to camp or something.
No, I said Bernie, not Ernie.
Yeah, I don't know. All right,
okay.
go on to the
Moving
next.
on.
Ernie.
You know which one I didn't write down that I was thinking about right now is the floor is lava. Whenever
The what?
The floor is lava.
Oh yeah.
Everyone was doing that. That
A
one.
lot of people were doing that and
No, I
stuff.
didn't.
Just
As a kid.
you see the one where the oh, is that a game? I thought it was like
Yeah, if you're a kid.
You never played that as a kid?
Oh, I thought it was a trend because I
I
remember
just play it right now.
I remember watching the
go around
video.
the whole house trying to not touch the floor.
Yeah. Yeah. I still play
In the walls.
Jump
I
from
just-
couch to couch.
I just
you
remember
get on the chair and then you just
Oh yeah, we would find
or on
ways to
something
cheat.
in hot.
the only one that I remember is the video of the chick where she's like, the floor is lava, and she jumps over the rail and it's like a 20 feet drop. She's like, and then, that was funny as hell.
I haven't seen that one.
She like falls down the thing. Maybe I'm the only one that thought it was funny. That's the stuff was like. All right. So the next one, which you guys already brought it up, was the Boston Marathon bombings. That one I remember specifically. I was at the gym when I was watching this, and they were chasing after the dude because it was him and his brother, right?
Yeah.
And he took off and he was hiding somewhere, and they ended up finding him or something. Yeah, in a boat.
Conspiracy. You know what was going on during the Boston bombings? Presidents were getting
just okay. Let me just say every major event that's happened that's bad in this country. there will be
a cover-up. So there's a reason as to why.
The world, everything that goes wrong, it's a cover-up. That's all it is.
It doesn't hurt to double check, though.
The presidents were being tried for war crimes, and you didn't hear about it because someone bombed.
That doesn't make any sense. There's wars going on right now that we never hear about. That's because we're so
previous war crimes. Like they're presidents from before. They were bringing up Clinton. They were bringing up Bush. They were bringing up Obama. They were bringing up I think Bush's dad. Like a bunch of presidents.
They bring that stuff all the time. The only reason why and nobody pays attention to it is because nobody cares.
Well, because they cover the media by something else.
Because in times of war, it's allowed.
Well, yeah, that's beside the point.
What do you mean? So it's okay to kill someone in times of war, but outside of that, you can't. Like, killing is killing.
Yeah,
you're murdering someone regardless.
But you're murdering someone regardless.
When everything is a conspiracy theory, it's just you lose me. Okay, you lose me. All right, so on to the next one.
Angel doesn't believe in conspiracy.
Angel's Agent
I
Smith.
believe that they're impossible, but you handle it the same. And like I say this again,
that's a different video.
Jeffrey hates this, but you handle it like a court case. Okay, the more people you have to have in a conspiracy theory to hold it up, the less likely it is to hold together, because the more people that are involved, the more likely it's going to fall apart. All right, anyway, so on to music for 2013, Royals by
That's the
Lord.
words that used to trick you.
Lord.
Royals by Lord. Lord came out. She hasn't come out with anything since then, huh? Not that I've heard.
I think she was on the song with Ed Sheeran.
Yeah, I don't.
But that wasn't.
But that's not even her album. But I actually.
That was the last thing I heard of.
She did. I thought that album was good. I thought she did a great job. I don't know why she didn't come out with anything after that.
They used to make too much money.
Yeah, Wrecking Ball. Wrecking Ball. Well, yeah, that's what happens, right? They make too much money and then they retire.
Why not?
Wrecking Ball by Miley Cyrus. That song, yeah.
That's a good song.
Yeah, the chick is freaking nuts. She was already going nuts by then. The picture I was looking at the picture on the album. She's already freaking.
Is that when she had her bread toast butt?
That's when she had her. That's
yeah.
Her bread butt. Her slice of bread.
She's got her tongue on everything. And then Let It Go, Frozen.
Oh my goodness.
That was a big one. That was.
It's not her cup of tea.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, not my cup of tea.
Let it go. Oh,
maybe Jefferson's all quiet over here, like.
Definitely my cup of tea.
I liked it.
Okay, so 2014. I actually didn't get too deep into this one, but that's mainly because I forgot.
Because nothing happened in 2014.
There must have been some stuff that happened, but I didn't get to research it too much. But okay, so cannabis was legalized in Colorado.
Oh, that was good.
That was when it started, and then that's why
That was a historic day.
That's why where people are losing their minds.
Listen, what are you talking about?
They
Everybody
are
was
losing
mellowed
their
out
mind.
eating cookies with their grandma, bro.
Stupidest thing that could ever happen in this country ever.
Yeah, the smartest thing.
But I actually do support the right of people being able to choose to do it or not.
He advocates for
So I'm okay with it, but I think it was stupid. All right, so on to the next. Ice Bucket Challenge.
Oh, that was funny.
I got challenged and I didn't do it.
Me either.
The only one that I remember is when 50 Cent challenged, who did he challenge?
Mayweather.
to a reading contest. He's like...
It's like someone reaches the champ.
That's the only thing I remember about that was that. I just remember laughing my ass off. He challenged the fool to read because
He's like, I will donate all my money if this guy can read and spell his name out or something.
And he never did it.
Challenge declined.
But you know why they did that?
Why?
So they can recognize your face while there's water. Whoosh, for AI.
What?
Conspiracy theory.
It's so when they use facial
I'm surprised.
recognize. It can recognize
is the facial recognition.
Did you guys notice that the only one that didn't have a conspiracy theory was the cannabis legalization? Oh no, that was fine. That was
totally fine.
No conspiracy theories.
What do you mean? There's a. You want to start there? We can get in there.
Like the conspiracy over cannabis is that it makes a lot of sense.
No, what I'm trying to say is that there's a conspiracy for everything on the list, but when it came to the legalization of cannabis, he's quiet. There's no
well, what's the conspiracy there? Where's the conspiracy there? It got legalized.
The Ice Bucket Challenge was a conspiracy, but
the Ice Bucket Challenge was really stupid.
Can't trust the water or the ice.
No,
the reason why it was really stupid too is because it's at the same time they were doing that, they were telling everyone you have to reduce your water usage. We're gonna charge you for water usage, and then everybody's doing the Ice Bucket Challenge.
Yeah,
are you kidding me? What kind of a waste of water was that?
Yep.
Tons of people track. They had the track.
Oh, I had the tractor one.
I'm gonna put the whistle on.
What was it? Bulldozer. They had the bulldozer full of water. How much water did they waste doing that?
What's the sci-fi whistle that whenever there's like an alien?
Well, the X-Files thing.
I'm gonna play that after every.
This is not a square at all.
Oh my gosh! All right, so on to 2015.
2015.
All right, so to start off, number one is gay marriage was legalized. That was like the biggest thing in 2000. I was looking into 2005, and I was like the big. What was that song? I need to download that song.
The turtles are turning the men gay. Or no, the frogs. It's the frogs.
Make up your mind.
Oh my gosh.
Can't.
Liberally speaking, I was never really against it, but it just makes no sense because literally the definition of marriage was, or literally the whole point of marriage was for the government to keep track on.
Conspiracy.
No, well, the
conspiracy.
That's not a conspiracy. It's literally what it was for. The point of marriage, the reason why government was institutionalized marriage was because they wanted to keep track on people that were going to bring new people into the world. So hence a man and a woman bringing new people. But if you're not bringing anybody into the world,
do you know why there's gay marriage?
Huh?
Do you know why there's gay marriage?
So they can have
the benefits that regular couples get. It's not the unity itself vision. Either. It's the benefits that come with it.
There's less. You get taxed less if you're married, and you get taxed.
It's not specifically because two people are bringing a kid here. It's because the government gives benefits.
No, that's the reason why they made it. Yeah, that's why they
want it. That's not why.
But that's not why the government wanted it.
No, I know, but that's why the gays want to get married.
No, that's what I'm saying. That's exactly my point.
Continue. I don't really care about this subject.
All right, but that's the whole point of it, was that it was institutionalized for that purpose. The reason why they wanted it is because they want the benefits. All right, so on to the next. So Hotline Bling came out with Drake.
Classic.
Nice.
I know that song.
Did you think everything's terrible?
I wasn't that big of a fan of it.
It was catchy. It was.
I agree that yes, he thinks everything's terrible, but I also agree with you that
Angel was singing in the bathroom next to Adele.
No, Drake had a lot of catchy songs that I did like. That was not one of them. Okay, global poverty fell to its lowest point ever throughout the world.
Nice.
Yeah, so less poor people in the world than there's ever been.
we can give every homeless person a home to live in, and there would still be 90% of homes empty.
Wow.
I really want to know where you got that from.
Me too.
Okay, so on to the next. This one, this one was interesting. I didn't even know this. I was trying to stick to news about America and stuff that happened in America, but this one was just interesting to me, so I put it on here. China scrapped its one-child policy in 2015.
Wow.
After how long?
And I didn't know either, which is crazy. Was they would force people to do abortions?
If they have girls.
If they caught them?
No. So that's why the people were doing it themselves, because if they got a girl, they would go kill the girl because they wanted a boy because the boy could work. But the government, if you have one child and you were about to have another one, they would force you to have an abortion.
Or you can pay for it. You can pay to have another kid.
Oh, I didn't know that. But
yeah, you
have to pay.
But I mean, how many people can
a certain amount?
Yeah, how many people can afford that?
And that's like a year's worth of labor.
Yeah, so the government would force them to abort, and then they would also, what is it when they would?
I think every country should do that.
I'm gonna censor that.
Especially if they have your IQ.
There's a lot of people on this planet, and they.
Where's Thanos?
It's difficult.
Yeah, but the world is sufficient enough to take care of all these people. All right. That's just media propaganda. Okay, so on to the next.
Conspiracy?
Yeah, that's my conspiracy. Yeah, my first
conspiracy.
Okay, so the next one on the list for 2015 and the last one is millennials surpassed boomers as the biggest U.S. generation. So all the crazy weirdos out there are now the majority of...
You're a millennial crazy weirdo?
Yeah, but I'm like at the tail end. I barely made it.
You're still a millennial.
What are you talking about? I'm a millennial.
I'm not sure who this is.
I don't think you're a millennial.
Yes, I am. It's from 1982 to 2000.
Was it 82?
Yes.
Oh, I thought it was 90.
I looked it up or something like that because I was finding
someone. No, I think it cuts off.
Someone said from the
90s.
year 2000 and up was millennials.
No, those are Generation X.
Oh.
They came up with a bunch of new
A bunch of random ass
freaking generation stuff.
Yeah. Anyways, all right. So that was the last one for that one. All right. So 2016, the world was saved and Trump was elected.
In Trump we trust.
Trump is terrible, but he was the least worst option.
I don't. Well, tell me why he was terrible.
So millennials are from 1981 to 1996.
Yeah, I told you it was in the 90s.
Actually, I don't know if he was
So
terrible.
I was
1981. How are you on the tail end? Oh, you're on the.
Yeah,
I got
yeah,
it.
what the hell? I was like, am I wrong here?
Did I forget how to count?
All right, so on to the next. Leonardo DiCaprio finally won his Oscar.
I think they just gave it to him because of all the complaints.
Yeah, there's a lot of complaints.
I think everybody complained too much.
He didn't even care. I don't think he cared.
No.
I don't think he cared, but he deserved it, man. Like,
he did deserve it, and he should have got it a long time ago. Do you guys know that there's like a premium they pay if you win an Oscar?
What
do you mean?
Like if you win an Oscar,
yeah.
After you win an Oscar and you get
you or you pay them?
No, they pay you. Like if you're going to go to like movies and stuff like that, if you're going to do movies, and it's a premium that you get to tackle on top of your
because
salary.
you have an Oscar.
Oh, so it's like, I have a certificate. And
hey, here's a proof that I'm a sales. I can sell movies.
I have a welding certificate, which means I went to school and I have my license there. What are my certificates for that?
He wanted to throw that out.
Well,
in case any of you need welding done in your houses, contact us.
My bro.
Hit us up in the DMs.
Mig Tig.
All right, so on to the next. World peace for a month with Pokemon Go.
Yeah, that was pretty big.
That's not true.
Nothing happened. Everybody was too busy catching Pokemon.
His alarm went off. Conspiracy!
There was a court case because these two girls broke into a guy's house and the guy hit one of the girls with a brick and they were trying to sue him, but they went into his house and they were playing Pokemon Go.
Yeah, but you're talking about an incident.
That's not world peace, though. I mean, it has nothing to do with world peace.
He's talking about an incident. That's totally different from the overall effect of everybody was outside at like 2 a.m. hanging out with each other, playing with electronic Pokemons.
Dumb people. You don't have to go out.
But yeah, that was.
I'm not gonna teach you how to cheat because then I get, cut off on all how I teach people.
So are
how
you
to
saying you cheat?
No, I don't.
Exposed.
Hey, if it's there and he can do it, it's not cheating.
You're not trying hard enough, you're not cheating.
I don't know what they're talking
You're
about.
not trying hard enough, you're not cheating.
I'm just surprised they didn't say it's only cheating if you get caught.
That's what I told my wife.
No, we learned.
All right, so the song of the 2016, maybe there was better ones. I should have looked into it, but I just pulled off the top 30 list. But so 2016.
I thought we were still in 2015.
We're on 2000. Trump was elected in 2000. That was the first one.
Oh,
he skipped 2015. He's like, Trump was elected, and he went straight to 2016.
Yeah, totally. So the song for it was "Closer," Chainsmokers, and yes, that is a highlight song. I do remember that song being everywhere, and that song reminds me of Vegas.
Can you tell me a little bit of the song? I don't even know it.
You don't know "Closer"?
No. How does it go?
Hey. I was doing just fine before I met you.
I like the other song.
Oh yeah, that's a pretty good song.
Yeah.
No, I don't feel like it's a song of 2016.
Well, then which one would you say?
I can't remember what came out of 2016 right now, but I know it's not that one.
The song.
That's not the song that comes to
I don't know
mind.
what song it is.
I don't remember the song of 2019. That was 2 days ago.
Isn't there one with the Chainsmokers where the girls are calling on the phone and they start freaking... what song was it?
Hey. I was doing.
No.
Oh yeah. That's what he's calling her, and that's what he says.
Continue.
Okay, all right.
There's 2 girls or 1 or 2 girls, and they're was it someone's under the table or some shit like that?
And then he calls her and he's like,
drunk.
Hey.
Honorable mention. Hey, but a good honorable mention from 2016. We found out that Angel's hairline was receding.
My hairline's been receding since like 2011. I don't know what you're talking about. All right. Okay, so on to 2017. Las Vegas shootings. I remember this one.
Oh, that one's crazy.
Yeah, that one was trippy. It was this guy.
What's the conspiracy theory?
There actually was, but I forgot what it is.
That one
supposedly.
That one has so many conspiracies that even the media was on conspiracies on that one. They were bombing conspiracies.
Because there was I forgot the conspiracy is, but
that there were shooters, active shooters on the floor.
Yeah,
because one person on a rooftop or in the room couldn't do all that shooting.
That might have been possible, but they never.
No, that his friends chickened out. Like it was supposed to be a whole group thing, and they all chickened out supposedly. That's what I can't remember where I said that, but I remember they were talking to his brother as well. Maybe I think he mentioned it. I think so. But supposedly that was the conspiracy that I remember was that
too many
it wasn't
weapons
just
for
him.
one person.
Well,
But I feel like one guy could do it.
was
Give him all that.
There was something going on.
When they found him with like a ton of weapons.
I'm telling you, it's a lot of weapons. Well, you can only shoot maybe 2 guns at the same time.
How many people died?
They had the bump stock.
So much.
Yeah, I know.
You reloaded.
Dude, with the crowd that huge, how are you not going to get that many?
Well, the other
he's just shooting fish in the barrel.
They also said it was suspicious that they got past security or they were able to have all of those weapons.
How would
they? Well, because he brought them in bags, but it's luggage though. Who would?
Yeah, why would they don't have. They don't have.
I don't know. I've been to
metal-
Vegas and they don't check you that much.
They don't have. When you walk into.
They don't.
When we went to San Diego, you guys remember when we took that cruise to San Diego? We went to the pool. We were chilling out in the pool and we had drinks and we were chilling.
Yeah,
in the
we
pool,
were on the roof.
and we literally just cruised over there for the day. Yeah. And I was literally thinking, I was gonna ask you guys, we should do that again.
We should do that. Yeah.
I was thinking, I was like, man, we'll go on a hot day when we want to go to the pool and just sneak into the hotel over there. But we did that a couple times. We went to a couple different hotels.
You guys can do that for my birthday.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
I'll be in a hotel.
All right, so next, that was tragic. So not to make light of that, that was very sad.
That was pretty bad.
Okay, so on.
Was it a Christian concert or something like that? It was
a country concert.
Country.
Yeah, and remember they were giving the country, which I felt bad for him too. They were giving the country singer crap because he had heard or noticed that something was happening, and instead of telling everybody to run, he took off, and everyone was like, "What the hell? What's going on?" And
but you don't automatically assume like the words. You're just like, "Oh, like that's weird."
Yeah, like I mean,
oh, that's weird. Their brains are blowing out. I'm just gonna go to my room.
Well, think about it. If you saw someone's head bob, you'd be like, "Well, that's weird." Like I don't know.
Like
I would just run. I wouldn't say anything. I was just like,
while everybody's still like acting normal, like I'd be like, "Whoa,
did he say he noticed people were getting shot, or just noticed the commotion?"
He heard they all heard rumbling.
They heard something. He I don't know if he saw anything, but he heard something. He got scared.
Something was off, and he just took
off. The people that were in the crowd, like imagine us next to each other, and just my head's just off, and you're like, what the hell? Yeah. And then that's when everybody just started running.
Yeah, and then he started taking off. That was pretty sad. But yeah, they were getting on him for that one. But you know, to be honest with you, I don't know if I
really like that's what you guys are gonna like. Yeah, oh, it's his fault.
Yeah. Well, not that it was his fault.
No, like they're just ganging up on him. Like they're looking to point fingers.
There's still too many conspiracies on that subject.
Yeah. I forgot the one that I was reading.
Yeah, but if you take it for what it is, I mean, you know what happened. The guy they caught the guy that was a shooter. He shot a lot of people. Whether the conspiracies around it are true or not, we know that at least. So at least he was taken out
somewhat.
Okay.
The huge conspiracy behind all these shootings is they're planned by the government so they can take our gun rights away. That's the biggest one.
You bastards.
I believe some of that's true because I know that Democrats really want to take everybody's guns away so that they can have full control. All right, so
you should speak a little louder when you're saying that.
They can the mic. I put it high. Okay, so we're good. All right, so the next thing that blew up in 2017 was the Me Too movement. This took off because what was his name? Harvey Weinstein. Harvey Weinstein in Hollywood. One of the girls or whatever called him out and sued him, or I don't know, press charges against him or something like that, and then a bunch of other girls started coming out, and then it sparked this giant movement. Where all these girls were saying
where Hollywood gets exposed.
Well, it wasn't just Hollywood.
A lot of actors were getting a lot of I guess scrutiny because they knew about Harvey or what Harvey would do when they were still friends.
Yeah, but what sprung out from that, the thing that sprung out from that was now so Me Too and then Believe All Women.
There was women and male actors coming out.
Yeah, but what sprung out from that was now you had this big old thing in America where everyone's like, oh yeah, well believe me, I got raped too, and then you had a bunch of girls saying, I got raped. Mm-hmm. And granted, I'm not saying not to believe women, but you know, I think because after
in my job they call that pro quo, right?
Yeah, but what happened from that was the whole thing, like Believe All Women, where now we're supposed to just believe a woman when she says I got raped.
Yeah, there's a lot of those rape.
I think it's more like give her the benefit of the doubt.
No, because it was legitimately they were saying, look, if you don't believe that she was raped, then you are part
of the problem.
Part of the problem.
Yeah, there's an issue there too because women are like, oh, I got raped. It's like and it's like, did you really get raped because you were drunk, he was drunk, You regret doing it the next day, but does that really mean you got raped?
There's a big thing on that too, where a lot of the times these girls get drunk and then they have
people have gone to jail and prison for that, and it's like I didn't rape her, like I had consent, and now she's saying that I didn't.
Yeah, so I think that was one of that blew up really bad, and I think that was one of the bad things. Like I think it would have been a better movement if they would have been like no shame, #no shame or something like that, where it's like, okay, you know what, if something has happened to you, you should feel no shame by anybody to come out and press charges against the person, and you should not have to worry about shame or anything like that, and then let the evidence show whether or not you were or were not. You can press charges, but once you get to the point where you're saying, you know what, you should just believe me if I say I was raped. I mean, we'll give you the benefit of the doubt, but press charges.
So I forgot what Netflix movie was on there, but it kind of shined a little light because I'm not a girl, so I've never experienced stuff like that. But you also forget the whole process involved when they get raped. So in the movie, she had to relive it every single time.
Yeah, and
so I think that's some of the reason why they don't want to speak up. They're like, I don't want to relive it. I don't want to go through that. It's just easier if I don't say anything.
Yeah, but Weinstein, wasn't he just doing it to people he was working with? It wasn't like he was grabbing random people in the street and raping them.
These are elite actresses, models.
Supposedly they were also actresses that were under 18.
Okay. I mean, let's just put that all aside. This is my perspective, that the industry is what you're in, and that's what happens in the industry. It's like pro quo. I'm not saying it makes it okay, but it's like
I just think it should have been a better movement.
It could be a better movement. But
it shouldn't have been just believe all women. It should have been, like I said, no shame or something like that. That way it would just a movement that encouraged women or helped them to come out with these things and press charges, and then let the court decide by figuring out.
Yeah, but it's not easy. Like I said,
and I'm not saying that. I'm not saying this.
It's not easy.
I'm not saying it's not easy. It's easy. But what was going on is that you were getting a bunch of girls coming out afterwards saying, "This happened to me, and I'm not coming out with it," or "This happened to me, and I'm not going to prove. I don't have any evidence for it. This happened." So you got a lot of people saying, "Well, you should just believe them." Yeah, so a lot of people were just.
There's gonna be those, for sure.
But people also don't look at it. It's like, all these women get raped. It's like men get raped too. It's just as bad for men. Men don't come out and say anything because it's like, what are you? Oh, I got raped. It's like, you're a guy. You should have done something about it. Like you get a.
Because I have a friend that got raped, but he got raped by another man. Yeah.
Oh yeah, men.
I'm not saying that it's a man getting raped by a female. It could be a man getting raped by a man. It's like, do you? When you think about it, it's like, do I want to say that I got raped by a guy? It's I'm sure it's difficult. I think Terry Crews came out saying that he got something happened to him, but
no, but that was a chick just fondling him.
That's what I'm saying. I think the movement should have been different. I don't think it should have just been believe all women, because then you had a bunch of these women coming. You had a bunch of women coming out and accusing different men for different things, instead of being like, you know what, accusing different men for different things, but not taking them to trial. So if you're going to actually come out and accuse these guys, then take them to trial. Don't just come out and say, well,
some of this stuff was just way too old, though.
But still, okay, well, I don't know. I mean, it does get a little tricky. And
it's hard to prove something in court when it's that old, though. There's no...
It's DNA.
Yeah, but
it's like the conspiracy theories. It's he said, she said.
Yeah, but so the problem was you had a lot of people coming out, and for whatever reason, every single one of them was like years ago, so I can't prove it. Every single one of them, like it was, you didn't see anything that was like, oh, it just happened. You know, it was.
This is nothing new.
But they found more that were more relevant.
Yeah, I'm sure there were some that were recent.
Yeah, but we didn't hear any about it. I mean, at least I didn't hear that.
Yeah, there were some out there.
Well, at least the Weinstein was more like abuse of power too. So
but see, that's what
at least it sparked something.
Yeah, but here's the thing. That one actually went to trial, so I think that's an appropriate thing to do. But if you're going to come out and say, just believe me when I say it, no, I mean, there's usually a trail of evidence. Even on a case that's happened a while back. I mean, there's usually. I'm not saying with every single case, but there usually is ways to. I mean, you have detectives that can figure this stuff out. They can pull up video. They can talk to different people that were at the event.
But that doesn't prove rape, though. You can prove that two people were together, but you can't prove that rape actually happened.
Yeah, you can. Just because you found my DNA inside her doesn't prove that.
No,
yeah,
it doesn't necessarily prove
what the girls were trying to prove was that.
Yeah, but you can still have the investigation to begin with. Like, that's what I'm saying. I think the movement should have been different. I don't think Me Too and Believe It.
What we're saying is it's more difficult. If it was chicks that were more recent, it probably wouldn't be as difficult. But it's way more difficult when it's the girls.
Oh,
that are, like,
I agree, and that's what I'm saying. But I still think the movement should have been different. I still think the movement should have been like, you know what, help these women to come out and talk about this and to press charges and all that stuff.
That old.
But it's still difficult. There's girls that have said like, yeah, I have support and all this, but I still don't want to like. It's still tough for them.
I don't doubt that at all. But if you're gonna come out and if you're gonna come out and accuse people,
let me make something clear on my perspective. I believe in the right of the Me Too movement. Like, if it happened to you, you know, I do not believe people. What I'm not agreeing with is Howard Weinstein, how his thing got blown out of proportion, because he's a person in power, and it's people that are trying to get somewhere that, in order to get somewhere, had to sleep with him to get where they wanted to go. It's like nothing was really out of the norm with Hollywood, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
okay, so for Hollywood, that's normal, but that's not normal.
Yeah, it should.
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying the raping part was normal.
No. The exchange of favors.
Exactly.
Yeah, but
yes, but this was an abuse of that.
Yeah, but I mean,
any of those, but you can all possibly also say, I don't know if they were forced to do it, but you can also say no and walk away. If you know that's what you have to do.
Yeah, but you gotta look at. Look, I'm not saying that. I'm gonna say it in my way. Let's say it was a hot girl in that position, and I'm a actor, and I want to get somewhere, and they told me, well, the only way you're gonna do that is by, you know, take me back to to the back.
Give me a massage,
and then you'll go to it. I want to be someone successful. That's the person that's gonna help me there. Me, as someone that wants to get to places, I'm going to take that step and then move on.
Yeah.
People that don't take that step get a little bit stuck back, but obviously the people that are trying to do this are trying to go forward with their career. That's just my perspective.
That's called consent, then.
Exactly. I'm not saying there's no consent.
But the whole Me Too movement was the abuse, and there was no consent.
Yeah, but that's alleged.
Well, here's the thing. Okay,
allegedly.
Well, yeah, I wasn't there.
Yeah,
but dude, come on.
Yeah, but even with all that being said, I still think the movement should have been different, because I think the movement should have been.
Yeah, I agree.
It shouldn't have just been believe me exactly what I'm saying, and then you should punish this guy, because I still think there should have been. It should be more about helping these women to come out and file these cases and actually prove a point, you know, through evidence, and then yeah, you know. Come out with it to regulate on guys like this that are doing that in Hollywood, which is exactly what happened. I don't think it's a bad thing, but what I think is where it went too far is the fact that they were literally saying that believe me no matter what. So believe all women. So if they claim that this happened, you have to believe them no matter if there's evidence or not. And I think that's just wrong.
That'd be a different. I'd be like, well, I have to.
Yeah, because any woman could say anything about it. I could be talking to a girl. Like the other day, Jeff was telling me that one of the guys at work was saying that I was talking to some girl from one of the stores next door. And I'm like, man, I don't think I've ever talked to that girl. So you imagine if for whatever reason.
Rumors.
Yeah, imagine if for whatever reason she just came out. Yeah, you know, he touched me.
Every day at 3:00 they meet by the dumpster.
You know, and believe all women. Now all of a sudden I'm a freaking.
Angel said, "I've only said hi to her once,"
and I was throwing out the trash. All right. Okay. So we got stuck a little here in 2017. To finish off 2017, which was this song got really annoying really fast to me, was Despacito with Justin Bieber.
Oh yeah, that song was a pain in my patootie.
Yeah, but that song was everywhere.
Yep.
All right,
it's a good song, just they outplayed it.
Yeah, it's a good song, did get very outplayed. Okay, so on to the next. We have 2018. First on the list is Jeff Bezos announced as the richest man in the world.
Jeff who?
And then 1 year later gets divorced, and his wife becomes the richest woman
for doing nothing in
the
world. She don't even do laundry.
So he accomplished two things. All right, so next on the list is Bill Cosby gets arrested. That one was crazy to me. I thought that was
date weight drug for raping people.
Yeah, apparently
he was actually raping people. You know what I mean?
He was like molesting kids.
Yeah,
molesting
girls and using date weight drug.
Yeah, he was using that.
And you know, Angel.
No, it was more like, oh yeah, hey, Angel, oh dude,
but again, If you
I
go
like
back,
how I'm the gullible one that took everything here.
If you go back and you read the whole story, it was a common thing to do in Hollywood at that time.
Oh, you know what? Actually, that's true. I had heard a couple different stories, like
with
a couple different boy actors. They would go over like hang out at the director's house.
Yeah.
And the director would like hand them drinks or whatever, and then they would wake up out of nowhere and they were like,
"Oh, new boxers!"
Oh, it was a common thing to like take them for fun, not to drug
and that too
people.
because they said that I don't know where I read this. If I do find the information, I'll have Angel put it on top. But they said that one of the playmates from the Playboy said that it was a common thing in the mansion that Hugh Hefner would give to the guests. Like it was like a serving, like a party thing. So when you were partying, they would take that and then they would have fun and then they would knock out and people would have fun.
That's crazy.
They did a bunch of random stuff.
So you're supposed to wake up like, whoa.
So you just I don't want to take it today because I want to have fun.
Wow, that was fun. I'm in pain.
Or afterwards, or you could be like, I want to be taken advantage of today.
You're like
All right, this is getting dirty. On to the next.
Yeah, I was gonna.
Always has to go there, huh? Okay, so the next thing on the list is this one I thought was okay. So this one, another one. Oh no, well this is America too. So this one I thought was interesting. False missile warning in Hawaii. You know how like on your phones when you get the Amber
yeah, that
alerts?
was pretty funny.
I didn't know about that. I was or maybe I forgot.
Yeah, it was pretty old.
But I for like 30. What was it like? Was it 30 minutes?
30 seconds.
No, 30 minutes. For like 30 minutes, they didn't know that it was a false alarm. And people were freaking out. Can you imagine if your phone just all of a sudden missile warning? You're like, where do I run?
I know.
Start digging. Like,
I held out in the bunker.
Don't go into the water.
No, you gotta stay away from major cities because that's where they would hit.
They target.
That's where they would target.
We're like,
so LA
and San
supposedly where they would.
Francisco.
Go to the volcanoes if you're not.
No, depending on the bomb.
Well,
because you got the blast radius.
The weird thing is that they say they won't target LA. They'll target the nuclear power plant, and then that will take care of the rest.
Oh, yeah, it's supposed to cause a chain of.
We live down the street.
That's right.
Yeah.
It's closer than
Angel gets
I thought I was safe. Crap. Okay, I'm gonna build a bunker. So next on the list is I remember this one. This one was trippy. A Banksy painting self-destructed. So there was this painting of like
2019, right?
That was 2018. There was a painting of like a girl with a balloon.
Yeah, with a balloon. Conspiracy.
Yeah, with a balloon.
Was it planted before or after?
As soon as the painting was bought, it was bought for like $1.4 million, and as soon as it was sold, the freaking painting shredded itself at the bottom. I was like, whoa, that's
art I could get behind.
That's crazy. I know, right?
The guy still liked it.
No, he's like, they ended up giving it to a museum, and they changed the name of it to like something like Depressing Love Story or something.
Yeah, well, you know the story behind it?
No.
The reason why Banksy shredded it is because he said that painting couldn't be sold. He sold it to somebody personally. Not personally per se, because supposedly nobody knows who he is.
Yeah.
But he had an arrangement with that person, and they said that they couldn't sell it.
They couldn't.
It was something personal.
Oh wow!
Wait, is that the heart one? The little.
It was like a little girl walking a heart.
Did you guys see the video of it?
No.
Okay, so there's this guy. It's like one of the million videos they have of this. There's this guy recording the event, right? And then there's a guy in front of him, like either a little bit more to the right, holding a phone with a hoodie on and a hat. And then as soon as the thing gets sold, he tucks something in his phone and he puts it away, and the painting starts shredding.
That's crazy.
Conspiracy.
Conspiracy.
He was somewhere the whole time.
And that's the only one he stays quiet on.
No, that sounds so stupid.
That's stupid.
my bank's lined with 10% of 1.4 million.
Is it?
Okay, so this one I remember. This one was I still couldn't believe this guy did this, and he was like joking around. And I was like, well, no wonder this fool got a lot of heat. Logan Paul films a dead body in Japan. Apparently, he went to like
Forest.
Oh man, I might have to bleep suicide. You can say that.
It's a forest.
So you can't say the word on YouTube.
So he went to Off Yourself Forest.
No, you can't say that. What people are saying is delete yourself.
He went to Dream World Forest.
Yeah, Dream World Forest, delete yourself forest. Whichever
He
one
went to a forest in Japan where it's known for people
deleting themselves.
Erase.
And when he went,
Banish.
he actually found someone that had deleted himself. And he started recording the freaking thing, and
they were laughing about it.
I don't know. A lot of people saw it. I never got a chance to see it.
That's probably
that's what it was.
He wasn't laughing about it. He was just
he
recording.
laughed at the beginning, and then he's like, oh shit.
Yeah,
and
he was like that, but he wasn't laughing. He was tripping out about it.
Everybody made a big deal because he was laughing.
He wasn't laughing at it. The reason why
there's no proof now because the video's gone.
I watched the video. He wasn't laughing at it. He just filmed it. He was tripping out about it. But what they were mad about, they're like, dude, the guy.
You hear giggling in the background.
They didn't laugh at it. The reason
okay,
why,
play back. Watch
the reason why it was such
they got taken down.
Can I finish? The reason why it was such a big deal is because he was recording it and he put it on his show.
It was because they were laughing.
They weren't laughing. Oh my gosh! Okay.
That and the rat one when they tased the dead rat.
That
was after. That was after this 2019. Oh, we got it.
He got a bunch of crap for that, and then he goes and tases a freaking rat.
I was like, dude, what are you doing?
It was dead, right?
Yeah, but like the animal rights people were like.
All right, so 2019 was the
last year.
Crappiest year ever. I tried to
the
look
best year ever.
Oh my gosh, the
best
weirdest,
year
craziest year ever. All right.
2019.
So
Angel tried Gateway Drug for the first time.
So speaking of art, how much did that banana sell for?
Oh my god, the
$1 million?
banana.
No, it sold for like how much money?
Wasn't it $1 million?
What? It wasn't
100,000.
It was like 100 and something.
Still, it's way too much for a damn banana.
140, 180,000.
Yeah, it was like $140,000.
I thought the artist just ate the banana off the wall.
No, it sold. Then they ate the banana.
Then the guy,
and then they put a brand new banana on.
Yeah, some guy went and ate the banana, and they're like.
And he's like, I would have done it sooner or something.
And apparently when apparently the instructions from the artist was must replace daily. So you're basically just buying the tape and then just retaping a new banana every day, and that was the art. Oh
Genius.
My gosh.
Yeah.
Genius.
I wish I had made that art.
2019.
I wish I had the balls for that.
2019, man. Why can't I come up with this crap? All right, so 2019 also blessed us with the likes of Greta Thunberg, the climate activist 16-year-old who
graced us?
Huh?
Graced us? Is that what you just...
graced us with her climate-changing alarmism.
You're traveling the world.
Dude, but you know what? You know what?
But she doesn't actually travel by plane and stuff like that, right?
No, she uses boat.
She made her own.
She's still traveling.
Yeah, but there's no like
the wilds. She backpacks.
Like footprint,
like
right?
Sponsorship.
Yeah,
there's like footprint.
It's still traveling.
Yeah, but
what's wrong with traveling?
Yeah,
though?
but what they're
I said good for you. You're traveling the world.
But what they're clowning her is because she needs doctors and stuff. So she takes the boat, takes like a whole
year to get there.
Yeah, to get to where she needs to go, and then everybody that she needs to help her out flies over. So it's like,
really?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, because there was a thing that she had to be in LA and she was like in New York. I don't know how she got here, but it took her
took a boat, yeah,
like a whole boatload of time to get here.
She was gonna get crap regardless.
It took her a couple weeks, but you know what? Why?
At least she made an adventure out of it.
But I have to give her that. You know, they're using Greta Thunberg as like a prop to just voice their.
Hey, while she was on the boat, they should have made all of the doctors cycle to LA from New York.
Yeah, totally. But so they're just using her to voice their agendas.
I don't like her.
And she's being in my opinion, she's being abused. It's a you know, she's got a not a disability. She's sick. You know, she's missing out on school, and she has a condition where she's constantly panicking, and they're telling this little girl that the world's gonna end in 10 years if you don't figure out a way to change the world, and she's freaking out, running around the world trying to convince everybody that the world's ending.
She had a bad experience in the UN conference, right?
Did she?
No,
yeah, I think she went. She had a speech, and nobody listened to her. So everybody was like her Twitter thing was blowing up because she's like they didn't do anything, they didn't pass any rules or anything.
Yeah,
like that.
well, because I mean they're not gonna. That's a whole other segment on its own. But you know what I did say? I knew this. When she first came out, I was like, man, this chick's going to be super effective because, one, she's a little 16-year-old girl, and two, the way she talks is so, like, eerie. The way that she sounds like did you ever what was that
Are
movie?
you making fun of her because she's foreign?
No, not foreign. It has nothing to do with it's like her tone, it's like the way she speaks. It sounds like did you ever seen Resident Evil when they're underground and the robot is talking? It's like you are going to die.
You're all going to die.
That's what she reminds me of. It's like the world's going to end. What does she say? What is she known for saying? She's saying that everyone uses it now. How dare you? How dare you? I'm like, ooh, chills.
Hey, that's what is that? That's commitment right there.
Yeah, no, but she's very. I feel bad for the chick, but she's been doing it big. Okay, all right. So that was actually the last thing. So that sums up the decade, man.
Yeah, honorable mention. You know, Trump is trying to get impeached.
I don't think he's trying to get impeached.
They're trying to get him impeached.
Nah, he's gonna
Fingers crossed.
He's gonna be president for a second term.
Yeah, that's my prediction.
Fingers crossed.
That's everybody's prediction.
He's not going to get impeached. This is just a publicity
I know.
You said president.
Huh?
I said president.
He's
gonna
going
get
to get
reelected.
He's going to get reelected. The guy's been killing it, man. Are you kidding me?
That's my prediction, but Sanders might pull an underdog.
You think so?
Bernie Sanders, we don't want
Bernie Sanders is nuts.
All right, guys. This was Weekly
Well,
OJ.
no, that's the reason why
Signing out.
we're not
My
signing-
camera is dying.
Till next time.
We still have one
Gotta
more
go.
segment to do.
What's one more segment?
Star Wars.
2019.
All right, guys, we got one more
How are you
segment.
gonna do it? We're gonna charge the camera and then come back.
We can make it really quick. All right. So,
Yeah, it's pretty.
Watch it go.
Pretty quick.
all right, for the next one, we're going to get into Star Wars and basically just kind of give our review of what we thought of the movie, how we felt about the movie. So, I'll go ahead and let you guys go first, and then I'll just kind of give my overview at the end. So, what did you think of the movie? Honest take.
I'm like, you know, in the middle.
Well, are you like a hardcore Star Wars fan, or
Not,
you just,
I'm not hardcore.
But I like it.
Yeah, you.
I like it.
He likes Baby Yoda.
But I like it. I'm like in the middle. Like, I'm not really a fan of Rey that much. The movie was good. Acting was good. Scenes were great. She's not a Skywalker. I don't like
She's
it.
evil, technically.
I don't like it.
Yeah, but I
she's
mean-
not all there, you know. She has bad thoughts, good thoughts. She's, you know,
Yeah, but-
she's Palpatine. She's a Palpatine. Why didn't you just stay with Palpatine?
Yeah, I don't know if that
It's not a bad last name. I mean, you're embrace it.
Yeah, I guess so.
you're
But that
not, the only reason why they call her the last Skywalker,
she's
right?
embraced too. They wanted to have everything.
No, because one of the conspiracies that I heard is that because what's his name? The bad guy? I forget.
Palpatine.
No, Kylo.
Kylo, you know, gave him her force and kind of went into her, and then he became good. So now, since Kylo's inside of her, she's a Skywalker.
You can force the Force on other people,
No,
You can.
or give powers away.
No.
No. He healed her, right? And that's how.
But in the process
he-
of healing her, like he became good. Like it
Yes.
was a good act.
Yeah,
so-
it was a good act. So
It was a
so
redemption.
that's
Yeah,
why
yeah.
she is like a Skywalker, because it's in her, I guess. But Kylo's not even a Skywalker. He's
It
a
does-
Solo.
Yeah, but it doesn't.
No, he because of Leia.
Yeah, but
It's still bloodline though.
She
It's still,
she took the name because what they were trying to insinuate is that Luke and Leia were like her parents because those are the two that basically raised her. I guess,
raised her?
Raised her.
I
You don't want
think
Luke and Leia to be your parents.
no, they're like
But that-
they're adopted parents.
To me-
I don't think
No,
the
it's
name
not.
or anything doesn't matter
Yeah.
because Skywalker.
Well, that's the only thing. That's one of the main
Well,
things.
that's it's what.
That's one of the main things that I didn't like.
Yeah, Anakin became Darth Vader though, so
She's
it doesn't even
new
matter.
and they made her-
Well, yeah, but that wasn't his name.
Anakin Skywalker.
That was more like a nickname.
No, but what I'm trying to say is Anakin Skywalker became evil, so the name doesn't matter. It doesn't make.
That's
any-
not what I like. I mean, that's what the concept was that she was still a Skywalker.
What I don't
That
like
was
is
the end, and then they said.
they tried to put the
la-
Skywalker last name on her to make her even greater of a character.
Well, what the guy said is that they gave her the Skywalker name so it could keep going with the hype of a Skywalker.
Yeah, because they want to make her more popular.
More popular, and no, that's what I didn't
Yeah, she
like.
couldn't-
I didn't like the fact that
She's over.
What they keep doing with all these politics is they keep shoehorning people into these positions to try to use the credible names already instead of making new
I
characters
just
that
see
build up
what.
themselves.
Yeah, exactly. I just hope that there's something better coming forward, and we kind of leave this. I mean, I'm not against a new
Yeah.
section of Star Wars. That's fine. Let's forget about the old stuff and let's try to make something better, like Mandalorian.
Yeah.
Mandalorian's good.
Your review, your turn.
Well, I liked it. It's just the whole overpowering her was ridiculous. And the main thing, remember we were talking about it? He made a lightning tree. He was taking out what was it, the ships in space, and then all of a sudden Rey pulls out another like 2 lightsabers and he can't overpower that. I was like, are you kidding me? I was like, no.
She took out a lightsaber against his lightning, and that was enough to stop him. And then 2 lightsabers, forget about it.
Like, oh, I didn't plan for this.
Okay, so okay, so I'm gonna give. I was talking to one of the guys at my work about this, and he was I did not want to go watch this movie initially, but he kind of made me feel bad, and he kind of made me think like, okay, you know what? You can't really hate on a movie until you actually go see it. You know, and give it the benefit of the doubt. Kind of work with it. Don't go at it from a biased standpoint. You just want to hate the movie. So I was like, all right, let me go in there. Let me watch the movie, see what I get out of it. And in all honesty, I have to say, if I'm looking at it from a casual moviegoer, I honestly think the movie was really fun. I think out of the 3 movies, the movie was the best one. The spaceship scenes were really cool. I thought those were really fun. I think that's one of the best flight scenes that I've seen with the Millennium Falcon fighting it out that I've seen in a good while. That was pretty cool.
Do we count Solo in this?
No, we're just talking about The Last Jedi.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I mean, no, because that's post.
Yeah.
I mean, okay, continue.
But and the lightsaber scenes, the action scenes. There was a lot more action scenes. Cool characters fighting it out with one another. I thought it was a really, really fun movie, and in all honesty, I thought it was good. So, if you want to just watch a movie, take the kids, something. I think I'll be honest. I think it was fun. The better of the 3, but okay.
Overall, a great movie.
Yeah, overall a really fun movie.
But now, if you want to critique it, then
critique.
Now, if I was to explain the movie or review the movie from a fan standpoint of view, a fan of Star Wars. So many things about this movie that it throws you off. Like one of the main things for me was the Force. The Force is overly convenient in the movie. This movie made the Force, not just this movie, but a couple of these movies made the Force just overly convenient. It was like every time there was an issue, the Force, there was a new ability that somehow the Force could do.
He's like, the healing factor, like no one's seen that for decades or something. I was like, really?
They have so much power that the Force would do. So here's just a list of some of the Force powers that now exist for whatever reason that I wrote out, that I noticed. Maybe there's some more that I wasn't thinking of, but for whatever reason. Okay, so now we have Force Skyping. So Rey and Ben, for whatever reason, Force Skype all over the place. Not only that, but they have Force Skype battling, so they can battle from wherever the hell they want to battle.
How convenient.
Yeah.
Force Skyping?
Sorry, before I keep going, maybe I'll cut this in the middle. There's spoilers. So now you have Force teleportation, so send crap wherever you want to with the Force. You got Force healing, so now...
Give me my Starbucks!
So you got Force healing now. You got Force lightning storms that can happen, that can take out all spaceships, like he was saying. You got Force life force stealing, so you can steal life force from people using the Force. Apparently that's a thing. And then you have Force life force sharing, so you can share life force with people. And not only that, but you can bring people back to life with the Force, apparently. So
that's such a cheat code. Look at all these cheat codes.
And then now Force ghosts can apparently use lightsabers and can pick up spaceships and basically use the Force as Force ghosts. So basically, if you were ever a Jedi, you could just come back to life and wipe out anybody evil whenever you feel like it. I don't know why they didn't just do that. I mean, Yoda uses his lightning. Luke ends up pulling out his old spaceship from the water using the Force as a Force ghost. He catches the lightsaber before Rey can throw it into the fire. So they're like, well, why didn't he just go duke it out with Palpatine? There was just too many Force abilities that are just, it makes everything just kind of...
Sounds like a little bit of Dragon Ball Z leaked in.
Yeah, death has no meaning in Star Wars anymore because of the Force. It's like...
I know they're Force ghosts.
Yeah. Just have a whole...
When do they die?
Just have a whole squad of Force ghosts come back and take out Palpatine.
They're gonna have sensu beans and call them something else.
Force beans. All right, so and finally, I got to get into my agenda politics. I'm gonna make a video about this very shortly. I'll put it up maybe after this one. That way you guys can check it out. It's gonna kind of get more into agenda politics and and basically just talking about why, or just kind of questioning whether agenda politics and woke culture is actually beneficial or if it's more damaging. So
we should have Pamela Anderson. Let's send her a tweet.
Yeah,
see if she wants to be in this.
So I'll be coming out with that pretty soon. Stay tuned if you guys want to check that out. But so Rey in this movie is just crazy overpowered. She's basically undefeatable. She's never been defeated. They want to say that she was defeated in this one, but she wasn't actually defeated. She just got tired. Literally,
she gotta take a break.
She's fighting the guy, and she doesn't ever lose. She's going swing for this guy. She's doing some bomb ass hits, and then
hey, all that power takes a lot of energy.
And then by the end of it, she's still not. She's like fighting him off with like one hand dying. But
wait, I have my force back up.
and she doesn't even lose because like right when Kylo's about to take her out.
He's like, wow, you look so cute with that saber.
out of nowhere, Leia comes in and it's like, and he, deer in the headlights, and Rey just grabs his lightsaber, stabs him in the stomach. Not very Jedi-like of her to do, but I mean, hey,
adapt, improvise, overcome.
And talk about the story not making sense. I mean, she stabs the guy in the gut. That's a death move, and then at the end of the movie, she's making out with him. Okay, so let's go over Rey's things that I don't like. So let's see.
On Rey.
So one thing that I really had a problem is Rey can use basically every Force ability in the book, and she's only had
without prior experience or knowledge.
Training. And even if you want to say she had training in this movie, it was probably maybe a year or two, or maybe a couple years.
It's like they gave her the cliffhanger notes, and she's like, "Oh, okay, all right, I fully understand it."
I mean,
no, they gave her all the cheat codes, and
she's like, right, left, kick, up.
She could basically do everything like a pro. Okay, so another one was.
If you think about it that way, that makes more sense.
Hey, she's gonna run around and pick up food, open up a can, and gives her more force.
Yeah, right. Well, okay, so apparently Rey can use Force lightning, and it's powerful enough to blow up a ship. So she didn't have to train for that.
That's the Palpatine in her.
Oh yeah, she just got that much power. She can blow up ships without even trying. Okay, so
training experience.
Rey can use Force sense locations. Oh no, she can use the Force to sense exact locations. And this one I thought was funny because
it's called a friend request.
Yeah,
find my iPhone.
She's
got the Force
GPS. Well, and a lot of people are going to say, well, everyone's had Force sense. You can sense where things. Yeah, but the difference was that Rey knew exactly where things were.
That would be so handy if you lose your keys, though.
Definitely. Force sense the crap out of those keys. No, so you have Ben that's following her around the freaking universe, and he's like, I know Rey's here, but he can't find her for crap. But as soon as he pulls up in his big ass ship, oh, that's Ben's ship. And then she gets on the ship, Chewie's here, he's over there. And then she's looking for the dagger, and she's like, I know where it's at. But Ben's running around the damn planet looking for her, but she knows where everything is.
A trained Sith Lord.
So yeah, that was another thing that got me. Another thing that got me was Rey was apparently trained by Leia, so they had to figure out a way to give Rey training. So they've shoehorned in Leia as being her trainer because apparently Luke trained Leia to basically be a Jedi, and not only that, but Leia kicked Luke's ass. So
who was supposed to be the chosen one?
So Luke basically was a loser the whole entire series.
He's a stepping stone.
Was Luke the chosen one?
Yeah.
Well, no, Anakin was the chosen one, but
that's what was thought prior. But he went evil, so that he wasn't the chosen one.
Well, that doesn't mean he's not the chosen one.
But he ended up taking out Palpatine in the end, even as Vader. So he still was the chosen one. But here's the thing: Luke was a Skywalker. He was like one of the most powerful people, as a Jedi. He was a big thing too. But basically, this movie just kind of washed. Like he hermetized himself, though he didn't do anything after that. He didn't even really. He helped Vader kill Palpatine, and then Leia can kick his ass. So apparently, Luke just
he was a stepping stone for the female.
There you go.
He was a Gohan.
He was a Gohan. They nerfed him because they wanted to raise up. They wanted to raise up Goku here, Rey. Okay, so all right. So the next one was. Okay, so yeah, basically the same thing. Rey ultimately beats the most powerful person in Star Wars with a handful of training and
2 lightsabers.
With 2 lightsabers. So yeah,
she heals him too. So he gets younger and he gets stronger, and she's still overpowered.
And then at the end, doesn't she get that Super Saiyan lightsaber? The gold one?
No, she gets her own. She turns her staff into a lightsaber.
Yeah, a gold one, right?
No, it's like a black one. It's her staff. It looks pretty cool though. I actually thought it was a cool lightsaber, to be honest. I'm not even gonna hate on that. That was badass. Okay, so she also has the ability. She has every ability in the book. She can also sail like a beast. So she's got these monster waves, and this lady that lives in the planet that she's basically on is like, we're gonna wait to daylight to go sailing because it's too dangerous right now. And Rey's like, screw this, I'm a sailor. And
I think she used the Force to float over when we weren't looking.
Force sailing.
They were sailing. Like, oh, here comes a wave, and she just rows the boat over. Set it back down.
Oh my gosh! Yeah, I know. That's actually.
Dude, she could literally have just done a Moses with the Force if she has that much power.
But does she have like Force teleportation?
Oh yeah.
No, I must stretch the stretcher's word.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
all right, so another thing with Rey is Rey, for whatever reason, is better at flying the Millennium Falcon than anybody, even Solo. So that one
Chewie was the main driver, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Solo.
Yeah, but she was apparently better than all of them. Like remember the first time she gets on the Millennium Falcon, she's doing these crazy ass tricks on the Millennium Falcon. Like she was a pro and she hadn't even been in it once. And then not only that, but Rey can repair the Millennium Falcon better than Han Solo. That was, I think, in the second movie, where the Millennium Falcon's like shorting out or something like that, and all of a sudden she's like, I got this.
How hard is it to throw around like the flux capacitor is missing? Oh, go check the radar thingy over there.
But the thing is, this chick can do everything. She's a freaking mechanic. She's a pilot. She's
with no training.
She's a sailor. She's a mechanic. She's everything. Like she could.
Dude, the girl power is oozing out of her.
And yeah, basically. Okay, well, so the last thing on here was Rey was basically given everything. So she was given the Millennium Falcon. She was given Luke Skywalker. She was given Leia Skywalker. She was given Han's gun. And then at the very end, she takes Luke's last name too. It's like, dude,
she's a thief.
She was given more Force powers than everybody else.
She has every Force power. She can use every Force power. She's a mechanic. She's a sailor. She's
power of the previous Jedi's is behind her.
She's got Luke's last name. She's got every.
I think my theory is like the Airbender. You know how he has all the knowledge of all the previous airbenders inside of him?
Oh, yeah.
And he can
so it's not really her.
It's not her. It's all the dudes inside of her.
So does that mean all those Jedi...
It's not just dudes.
So all those Jedis are mechanics?
Apparently.
Hey, well, you got some mechanics, some
Anakin
plumbers.
was
oh, actually, yeah, that's right, he was.
Yeah, well, their whole explanation for it was she was a scavenger, so she knows how to do all that stuff. But all right, guys, so that was my take. I was just kind of that's from a fan's perspective. Like I said, as a general moviegoer, maybe as a kid, yeah, it's a fun movie, man. Actually, it was a fun movie.
Yeah, just as a general, something to do, something to watch, and a great movie.
But if
I give it probably like a 8 out of 10.
Yeah, it's pretty. It's
a good movie.
I wouldn't. I'd probably go like 7.5. Maybe an 8, 7.58.
It's too packed right now, though.
Yeah, but as a Star Wars fan, the movie was crap. the whole franchise was crap as a Star Wars fan for me.
The whole franchise.
The
last 4 movies were not that great.
Yeah, well, yeah, sorry, the last 4 movies. But anyways, all right. So unless you guys have anything else you want to say, feel free to sign us out, por favor.
This is your weekly OJ with Jeffrey,
Angel,
Edgar,
Omar.
Thanks everybody. Later.
Peace. All right.